Wow, we got a deal, baby. I love it. Huge trade deal with the UK, our longtime partner. This is fabulous, fabulous, fabulous news. I want to go to Donald Trump announcing this. He said something big was coming. Remember, we told you maybe this was it, although he did say it may not be trade related. There may be more good things coming our way. This is great news. We got the market on fire. Watch.
I just want to begin by saying that this is a very special day because it's Victory Day, World War II, May 8th. And just by happenstance, we have the Prime Minister on the phone, and we were great allies in that. And it's very unusual that the trade deal comes due, and we signed it up on the same day that we had a great victory, the greatest victory of them all. So we are talking more and more about Victory Day because we were a big part of it, and so was the UK. And it's just, I guess, I don't know what you call it. It's just incredible that that day is the same day that we signed a tremendous trade deal for both countries. So I'm going to begin by just adding that we just concluded the rare earth deal with Ukraine. That's been fully ratified and approved by their legislative branches. And so we appreciate that. And I'll be speaking with the president in a little while, a little bit later. And we appreciate that, but the deal is all now signed up and ratified, and we have access to a massive amount of very, very high-quality rare earth.
Gosh, this makes me happy. It really does. You know, the left is not going to like this. They'll always find something to pick on. But basically, under this deal, the 10% tariff the U.S. imposed against UK goods will remain. Though some of the products will be exempted. You'll have auto tariffs, for example, against UK cars up to a certain number that will be lowered to 10% from 25%. The UK has also committed, I should point out, and I'm quoting the Wall Street Journal here, to import more U.S. goods, including Boeing planes. So that's good news. Markets love it. The markets love it, guys. Did you see this? We are up, 2% on the NASDAQ? I told you to buy triple Qs. I was actually buying more triple Qs all this week. Up 2% on the NASDAQ. We've got an S&P 500 that's up 1.55%. Dow Jones Industrial Average up 1.6%. Let me see if I can take a look at Bitcoin. I'm sorry, Don. I know you don't like this, but I got to say, I love it. I've always loved it. Back when it was $10, I loved it. Actually, I remember having dinner with Carl Icahn and his son. And Carl was a philosophy major at Princeton, and I knew he'd love this. And I was explaining the whole thing to him, and he looked at me like I had three heads. But it is fascinating stuff, and it is taking off. We are really seeing a lot of upside in Bitcoin, which touched 99,000. So good news all around, and I'm telling you, it's going to keep coming. Here's the British ambassador. He's pretty darn happy, too. Listen.
We're looking forward to doing that in the coming months. You've launched us extremely well today. It just, in my view, as the Prime Minister has said, just shows what two countries who trust each other, who are confident in each other and are familiar with each other can do, not just for ourselves, but for those, the rest of the world, who need to benefit from a bigger and better international trading system.
Thank you very much. It was beautifully stated. What a beautiful accent, too. I'd like to have that accent. Thank you.
My mother would be proud.
Thank you.
That's great. And kind of, makes it a little more accessible for everyone there at the end with the accent comment. But listen, Trump is the optimist. He is the glass half full, and it is so important to him. I can tell you this. I've known him a long time, that we are a success as a nation. So we're going to get these trade deals. I'm hearing through sources there are many more in the works. You know that Scott Bessent is going over to meet with his Chinese counterparts in Switzerland. That's going to be a biggie. Let's listen in to Donald Trump on his optimism for what's ahead.
It's the biggest bill of its kind ever in the history of this country. And Speaker Johnson and Leader Thune have done an incredible job. I mean, I'll let you know, we have to get a vote, but we have a lot of support for that bill. And if that happens on top of all of these trade deals that we're doing, this country will hit a point that you better go out and buy stock now. Let me tell you, this country will be like a rocket ship that goes straight up. This is going to be numbers that nobody's ever seen before. That's a very important element of all of this. If we get that, If you don't, and the Democrats are fighting it only because they want to fight. They have Trump derangement syndrome. You know, if it was somebody else, they wouldn't fight. If you had a normal person, if you had some stiff sitting behind you, they'd be fine. But they have Trump derangement syndrome. You know, Senator Schumer's become a Palestinian. Welcome. I don't know when they're going to give him the ceremony, whatever the ceremony may be. But it's terrible what's happened to the Democrats. So very, very important element of everything, of what we're doing.
Did you see that? He just said buy stocks. Trump said buy stocks. I keep saying do not bet against this guy. It is so important to him to have the right policies in place, and he's getting there. And you know what? He's going to do some things along the way that kind of rock the boat, right? Putting in the tariffs. And I'll admit, even I was concerned, in part because Peter Navarro was getting a little wild and was talking about tariffs that I think would have been excessive. But sometimes, you know, in the art of the deal, you kind of need to go out on the limb, and maybe you put your crazy stuff first and then you walk it back and you get a deal, and a deal that makes sense. If you start at 10%, how the heck are you going to get 10%? Donald Trump knows how to do this. And there's going to be a lot of good stuff. And I am a full believer in this AI revolution. I want you to be part of it, because the reality is, yeah, a lot of jobs will be taken, okay? It's happening. It's why we need high-tech manufacturing jobs back here in the U.S., but things are changing. So you want to be an investor in all of it. Let us help you. Go to 76research.com. Use my code word dollar. It is my company. We will not steer you wrong. I promise you, we will not steer you wrong. We have a lot of ideas there, including, you know, things in the AI space, in the crypto space, ideas in commodities, for example, Bitcoin, as well as, I don't know if I can call Bitcoin a commodity, but certainly gold, lots of ideas. So let us help you there. You can look at just the portfolios, which have killed it, the model portfolios at 76portfolios.com. Guys, we get some breaking news on the Pope. Don reminding me, I could not let this one go, right? No, the smoke is coming out. The white smoke, you know, that's what you need, the white smoke coming out of the chimney. Here we go. Let me see if I can show you.
This just in.
What?
We have white smoke coming out of the Sistine Chapel. This means that we have a new pope. It is the third vote that's been taken. This is quite frequent timing. This is day 2 of the new pope. We've been waiting for this vote, white smoke, any moment. We'll see if this pope comes from the conservative wing of the party, the progressive wing, or is one of those consensus candidates. We know that the pope has 3 outfits, one of each size, so he will have something that he fits in. In about 40 minutes from now, we will hear those words ring out that a new pope has been chosen, and we will see who that pope is come out live on the balcony. Harris, we've been waiting for this moment. You've been covering it for the last 2 days.
So I want to talk a little bit about what comes next. So it takes them about 40 minutes before they will let us know, sometimes a little bit longer than that. Okay, so we get 40 minutes, guys. Should I pop back on with you? Do you guys care about the Pope?